Checker Pro Joe here on the Checker Pro radio show, helping you, the homeowner, get connected with pre-qualified home service professionals. And I've got one here. His name is Adam Greer from the Wise Attic. Adam, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
I am living the dream. Love having you on the program. By the way, thank you for being part of Checker Pro. You've been a pre-qualified home service professional with us for over a decade.
Over a decade. In a minute.
It's been a long time, but it seems like yesterday. Hey, a question's come into the radio program. This one's just for you. Does adequate insulation improve indoor comfort? So this isn't so much about saving money, even though we talk about that a lot on the show. It's about being comfortable. And some people are actually willing to pay a little bit more money for the comfort. So what's the
Right.
answer to the question? Can indoor comfort be improved with insulation?
Yes. It's kind of, we've thought about this before, the two ventilation and insulation, but yes, there's improvement to make sure you want to have the minimum at least. And so much of Houston does not have the minimum. But you want to get the right insulation. It's, the summer, everybody's worried about. Get the call, oh, I'm so hot, my house is miserable. And, they're desperate to get us to fix it. So we get out there, we put some insulation in. And those who trust us, we put ventilation as well. Will brag about the improvement. So it's not the only defense, but yes, it will change things because insulation does two things, keeps out and keeps in. So it's going to keep the attic heat from penetrating, and it's going to hold a little bit of your AC, your colder, uh, climate as well. But people in the summer are miserable. In the winter, they'll put on a little blanket, they wear a sweatshirt while they're watching
Mm.
Netflix and think it's not a big deal that you can learn to live with it. The truth is, both seasons matter. You should be able to be comfortable in your house all year long. And that's where a good attic assessment comes in. Find out what's really happening up there in your attic. What does it take to make it perform at optimum level? And so that could be more insulation, simply that. Could be more ventilation, could be a combination of both of them. And our goal when we get out there is to really see what's happening and then understand how to fix it, present the options. The other thing to realize where insulation and ventilation matters and comfort, your ductwork leaving your unit, if it travels to the furthest room in the house, that one's always the hardest one to control. In the summer, especially, that ductwork is hot. And so that cold air, by the time it gets to where you want it, maybe 2 or 3 degrees higher than it is anywhere else in the house. And so the only way to combat that is to make sure that ductwork is staying cooler. So air removal fixes that. So that one's not necessarily insulation. That's get that air, get the load off that unit and off your ductwork, and that'll help.
Yeah, a lot of people talk about comfort over anything else. And if you think about it, it makes sense. We like to have comfortable clothes, a comfortable chair, comfortable car, and you can have a comfortable home. And when it comes to comfort, it's not just your air conditioning system in the summertime. The thing that comes to mind, right? It's, oh, I
Yeah.
need to have an efficient system or a new air conditioning system. Yeah, and you need to have good windows and good seals around your doors, and you need insulation, as we talk about. You need good ventilation. It's an overall system, right?
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, I just did a post the other day on Facebook about this. All the ads are starting to come out, all these HVAC companies are, hey, get your system checked. We do maintenance. We'll get you ready for the summer. And that is where we want to think. But I'm here to challenge that and say, is that the only place to look? Is that the only thing that needs to be looked at year? And I said, no. I think the attic should be looked at every year. We just don't know what's going on up in there. The last storm may have blown holes in your seat. You don't even know that there's water dripping, for example. But an attic assessment yearly, let's make sure everything is still performing as a time for more, to do more for your attic. I think it's good to have the free assessment on your system, but it's also good to have us come do a free assessment on your attic. How is it performing? And if it's not up to par, let's get it there. That way, when you get your AC fixed, when you have them do the maintenance and all the stuff, or change it out completely, if your attic's still making it work hard, then you got to get that attic efficient.
Yeah, so, to put it in perspective, it's kind of like having a truck that is not aerodynamic, but you want to solve the solution by putting a bigger engine in it. We know there are vehicles today with smaller engines that are actually more efficient and relatively quick on the road because the vehicle is more aerodynamic. So if
That
you think of your attic as being more aerodynamic like a vehicle, you may not need to work that engine as much, which is the air conditioning
100%.
system.
That's a great. I love the illustration.
Mm.
Yeah, that's why I see truckers put that
Yeah.
spoiler on top of their cab. You see all the street racers, the spoiler on the back of the car. That's for keeping you at a low profile.
Keeping
But
it
that
down.
scoop on
Yep.
the top of the cab is to get that air to dodge out the wall of the trailer that's behind it. You could put a 7,000 horsepower motor in there, and it's still the air is hitting that wall and creating drag and resistance. And so yeah, you want to fix that.
Absolutely. Adam, as always, thank you so much for joining me today here on the program.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you.